One wrong sentence can kill her desire forever. Not your looks, money, or status, your words. A careless confession, a truth said the wrong way, and suddenly she sees you differently. She may still smile, she may still kiss you, but deep inside her primal mind, attraction dies. Power is not only what you are, it is what others believe you are. And your words shape that belief. Reveal weakness, and she cannot unsee it. Speak like a beggar, and she will never treat you like a king. With Machiavelli's help, you will discover the 7 things you must never say to a woman if you want to keep her respect, her attraction, and her desire burning. Watch until the end, because once you know these things, you will never waste your time again. Let's begin. Here's the first mistake you must never make. Never pour your deepest insecurities into her hands. You've been told that vulnerability creates connection, that if you confess your fears, your doubts, your fragility, she'll admire your honesty and love you more. It sounds noble, but in reality, it kills desire. When you tell her, "I'm afraid I'm not good enough. I feel like everything could collapse and I wouldn't know what to do," she may hug you. She may whisper, "Don't worry, I'm here." But inside her primal brain, something else happens. She just saw a crack in the armor, and once she sees it, she cannot unsee it. Her body doesn't want the man who bleeds in front of her. She craves the man who already fought his battles in silence and returned unshaken. She doesn't want your demons. She wants the man who conquered them. Machiavelli would have warned you, never show your weaknesses to those whose respect you must keep. Your insecurities are not gifts to hand over. They are weapons to be used against you. Fight them in the dark. Sweat them out in the gym. Write them in your journal. Share them only with a trusted brother. But never place them in her lap. Because when she looks at you, she does not want to see a patient in need of healing. She wants to see a man who makes her feel safe, stable, and drawn in. The man she can follow without question. So when you feel the urge to confess your darkest fears, stop and ask yourself, do I want 5 minutes of comfort or a lifetime of respect and desire? Here's the second mistake you must avoid. Never answer directly when she asks about your past partners. At some point, she will test you. She'll smile innocently and ask, "So, how many women have you been with?" It looks like curiosity, but beneath the surface, it's a trap. If you say a high number, her instincts whisper, player, untrustworthy, dangerous. If you say a low number, a different doubt appears. If so few women wanted him, why? What's wrong with him? No matter the number, you lose. Understand this. She doesn't care about the math. She cares about your frame. She wants to see if you fidget, if your eyes drop, if your voice stumbles. She's not counting women. She's measuring your strength. Machiavelli would have advised you, never reveal the full measure of your resources. A prince who shows all his gold invites envy, attack, and betrayal. A man who reveals his full history invites judgment, doubt, and comparison. So how do you win? You refuse to step into the trap. You stay calm, amused, untouchable. Instead of giving her bullets to fire back at you, you redirect with elegance. Enough to know exactly what I want now. The past doesn't matter. What matters is what I'm building. Each response does the same thing. It keeps the mystery alive while shifting the focus to the present and the future. Because mystery fuels desire. A man she cannot fully define is a man she cannot stop thinking about. Machiavelli would have whispered to you, the less they know, the more they imagine. And imagination always burns hotter than certainty. So remember this. When she asks about your past, she is not asking for the truth. She is testing if you can hold the frame. Stay calm, keep your secrets, and make her curiosity your advantage. Here's the third mistake you must never make. Never tell a woman the exact details of your money. It sounds harmless when she asks, "So, how much do you make?" But understand this. It is never an innocent question. If you say too little, Her instincts whisper, "Can this man provide? Or will I always feel insecure with him?" Attraction fades, quietly but relentlessly. If you say too much, the trap is worse. Suddenly, you're no longer a man. You're a number, a provider, a walking bank account. She stops seeing your character and starts measuring your wallet. Machiavelli would have warned you, a ruler must never reveal the full size of his treasury. Why? Because once your resources are exposed, others plan around them, exploit them, and test your limits. Mystery protects power. Instead of giving her numbers, give her vision. Say, "I do well enough to take care of mine, but I'm building something bigger." Or, "I don't count coins. I build futures." These words shift the game. You're not a man trapped by figures. You're a man defined by direction. And that, brother, is what women truly crave. Money can vanish. Status can collapse. But a man who moves with vision, who always climbs, who always builds, awakens something deeper. Security mixed with curiosity. She sees not just who you are, but who you're becoming, and she wants to be part of that ascent. Machiavelli would have whispered in your ear, "Wealth is fragile, but the perception of momentum is unbreakable." Show her your direction, not your digits. Because numbers can be judged and compared, but vision cannot. Vision inspires. So guard your treasure. Never put a price tag on yourself. Keep the mystery alive, and let her feel she is beside a man who is expanding, a man she cannot measure, a man she cannot control. Here's the fourth mistake most men make without realizing. Never tell a woman about the betrayals you suffered in the past. You think that by saying, "My ex cheated on me," or "I was used for money," you are being honest, showing your truth, making her trust you. But what actually happens is the opposite. At first, she may show pity, a hug, a kiss, a soft, "I'd never do that to you." But pity is poison. It is not respect. It is not desire. Because deep in her primal mind, one question burns. Why did other women betray him? What weakness did they see that I haven't yet? And once that seed of doubt is planted, attraction begins to rot. Machiavelli would have warned you, a prince never cries to his people about conspiracies or traitors. If he admits weakness, he no longer looks like a ruler. He looks like a man who lost control of his own court. Power collapses the moment you show that others have broken you. Your scars are not for her to heal. They are for you to transform into strength. Don't say, "She broke me." Say nothing. Live in a way that shows, "That experience made me sharper, stronger, impossible to fool again." A man who displays betrayal looks like a victim, and no woman desires a victim. But a man who transforms betrayal into silent lessons becomes untouchable. She doesn't see your wounds. She feels your strength. So remember this. Scars should be invisible medals of war you carry quietly. They remind you of the battles you survived, but you do not wave them around for sympathy. Machiavelli would have told you, never lower your crown to prove you bled. Adjust it, stand taller, and make her wonder why your gaze feels like a man who already conquered every storm. Here's the fifth fatal mistake. Never confess your current weaknesses to a woman. There is a difference between a scar and a wound. A scar says, "I fought, I bled, and I came back stronger." A wound says, "I am bleeding right now, I am weak, I cannot protect myself." When you tell her things like, "I have no discipline, I can't stop drinking, I always quit when things get hard," you may believe you're being honest, even vulnerable. But what she actually hears is, "I am not in control of myself." At first, she may act kind. She might hug you, whisper that she accepts you as you are. But deep inside, something shifts. She stops seeing you as a man and starts seeing you as her project. And no woman ever feels raw desire for a project. She may mother you, care for you, but she will not crave you. Machiavelli would have warned you like this. A ruler who admits his guards are lazy, his treasury empty, his people rebelling, is not respected. He is replaced. The same law applies here. When you tell her you are lost in your own addictions, failures, or weaknesses, you are handing her proof that you cannot rule your own kingdom. And if you cannot rule yourself, how can you rule anything else? The solution is simple but brutal. Fix your weaknesses in silence. Fight your battles in the shadows. Sweat in the gym. Bleed on your grind. Write your failures in a journal, but never spill them into her hands. Because once she sees you as a man bleeding, she will never unsee it. When you return to her, come back with scars, not wounds. Let her see the discipline in your body, the consistency in your actions, the calm in your presence. Don't tell her you are working on it. Show her you already conquered it. Here's the sixth mistake that kills attraction instantly. Never tell a woman that you feel lost, stuck, or without purpose. When you say words like, "I don't know where my life is going," or "I feel stuck, I have no direction," you believe you're being open, even authentic. But in her primal mind, what she hears is, "This man cannot lead me. This man cannot protect me. This man is chaos." A woman does not need you to be rich. She does not need your life to be perfect. But she must feel one thing when she looks at you, that you are moving forward. Direction is power. Even if you are starting from nothing, if you show that you are climbing, building, becoming, she feels safe. Without that, her instincts whisper one word: unsafe. And once she feels unsafe, desire dies. Machiavelli would have warned you with cold clarity. A prince must always appear decisive, even in uncertain times. The people do not follow the man who says, "I don't know." They follow the man who says, "This is the way." Attraction follows the same law. She doesn't need to know every detail of your plan. She needs to feel your momentum, your gravity, your forward pull. Think of it this way. A planet without gravity cannot hold anything around it. It cannot attract, it cannot sustain, it cannot lead. The same is true for a man without direction. He may be kind, he may have a good heart, but he cannot hold her orbit. So instead of telling her you are lost, show her that you are building. Let her see you wake up earlier, grind harder, commit to your mission. Don't confess confusion, project motion. Even if you don't have all the answers, show her that you are a man who moves, not a man who drifts. Because here is the truth. A man with nothing but clear direction is more attractive than a man with riches and no purpose. Women do not crave perfection. They crave the fire of becoming. Here's the seventh and final mistake, the most fatal of them all. Never tell a woman that without her, you are nothing. When you say words like, "You complete me," or "Without you, I can't live," you believe you're being romantic. You believe you're showing passion. But in her deeper instincts, what she hears is chains. You just placed the weight of your survival on her shoulders. You made her your oxygen tank. And no woman desires the man who drowns without her. Attraction does not come from need. It comes from choice. A woman does not want to be your savior. She wants to be your spark. She wants to feel that you are already whole, already strong, already breathing on your own. Her presence should make your fire burn brighter, not keep you from suffocating. Machiavelli would have warned you like a strategist to his prince. A ruler who depends on another for his survival has already surrendered his crown. Dependence is weakness, and weakness kills desire. She may comfort you with soft words, but inside she begins to see you as a burden, not as a man to admire. Think of the difference. The man who says, "You are my whole reason for living," becomes her project, her responsibility, her weight. The man who says nothing but shows through his actions that he is complete, and yet still chooses her. That man becomes irresistible, because choice is power. So never confess that she is your everything. Instead, build a life so full, so rich in purpose and direction, that she feels honored to step into it. Love her deeply, desire her fully, but never make her the center of your existence. Because the man who needs a woman to survive will always lose her respect. But the man who stands complete, unshakable, and still chooses her, that is the man she will admire, desire, and never want to lose. That is thus. Now you hold a truth most men will never see. Attraction doesn't die because of looks, money, or status. It dies with words. A careless confession, a flash of weakness, a declaration of need. Each one is a blade that cuts through respect and bleeds desire dry. You now know the 7 things a man must never say. Don't hand her your deepest fears. Don't parade your scars as proof of failure. Don't reduce yourself to numbers or reveal your wallet like a trophy. Don't confess that you are lost, weak, or incomplete without her. Every time you do, you trade strength for pity, and no woman desires the man she pities. And here is the transformation. Once you guard your words, once you master silence where weakness used to spill, you will feel the shift. Her eyes will read you differently. Her body will respond without her knowing why. Because the man who protects his words protects his throne. He becomes the flame, not the beggar. He doesn't chase respect. He makes it inevitable. From this moment on, speak less, project more, and let your presence carry the weight your words once destroyed. Do this, and women will not only respect you, they will feel a pull they cannot explain, a desire they cannot escape. If this opened your eyes and you're serious about becoming the man who's in full control of his life, my book is now available. The Undeniable Man, Built to be Chosen. It's a strategic guide for men who want to attract, lead, and dominate in their love life and beyond. Whether you're single or in a relationship, no fluff, no tricks, just pure, powerful strategy that will set you apart from 99% of men, and that you will actually use every day. The link is in the description. And if this video spoke to you, don't just keep your thoughts in your head. Write a comment, even just a few words. It helps you remember these lessons, and it might help someone else too. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this content, and share it with someone who, in your eyes, needs it right now. Just trust your instinct. We're all trying to get clearer, more solid inside. So let's build minds that don't break.